Hey, show us what, oh, now I like what you're gonna do.
What we're gonna make for you today is we're gonna start with our squash casserole. And the reason I'm doing this is it has to go in the oven for about 40 minutes. It's gonna use yellow squash and zucchini, as well as onion, some eggs, some scallions, and it's just a good, it uses a little bit of almond flour, so it is gluten-free, but you'll see when we're done, it kind of satisfies that, you feel like you're getting a normal casserole maybe, you know, but you'll see when you see the ingredients, you'll kind of be surprised at how good it tastes. Kind of satisfies that. There's no cheese in it, but you kind of think there could be.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So how we're going to start is we are going to saute up. You know what, Martha, would you chop these for me? These guys here, just
like
make them look
those?
just like that. Yes, ma'am. We are going
Now
to.
you leave the skin on and everything. I'm
Oh, yeah.
always
That's
very
where the fiber is.
feeling the skin because they have wax on it.
Well, if you get organic, it shouldn't.
Oh, okay.
You can still brush it a little bit with a vegetable brush,
Uh-huh.
but organic's very important. And try to make sure it's got seeds in it, you know, because
It's got what in it?
seeds.
Well, how do you know it's
Well,
closed up when
I
you
mean,
buy it?
You know, well,
How do I
one,
check it?
buy one, you know, and then you figure out the places that you can get seeded vegetables
okay.
and seedless. A lot of times, especially like with watermelons, things like that, they'll say seedless. Well,
Okay.
you know that's been modified immediately. So
All right.
you want the seed. That's where the nutrition is. That's where the life is of the plant.
All righty.
Okay.
So, what we're starting with is we have some olive oil in the pan. Now, you can saute in olive oil as long as you don't get it to the smoking point. We talked about that last
Yep.
time, do you remember?
As long as it doesn't get smoking. You can add a little water.
That's
to-
right. Also, when you add your veggies, let me turn that down a little bit. When you add the veggies that are gonna be sauteed, that actually brings the temperature down a little bit.
Now, let me
Make
ask
sense?
you, why are you using that skillet?
Because it's the one that I saw underneath here.
No, I got a better skillet.
And no one told me there was another option. So I
will
said to
give
myself, I'm gonna make use of this skillet.
No. I don't know how they put these in here, but
Ah,
they do it
upside
right.
down
Oh,
and
wait,
bent.
Is there a better
that's
one?
still got that kind of thing in it. I don't use Teflon. And I know I got a skillet that doesn't have Teflon.
All right, well, while you're looking for that, I'm gonna keep on sauteing here and then we'll transfer them.
And we're going to put it in here.
All right,
You know
when you
why?
get that
Because
clean, I'll transfer.
Teflon is not good for you. Right?
I mean,
True.
what I've researched is when you put the barrier of the oil or the butter between, that helps.
So you want to use this one?
Sure,
It's
I
not
will.
hot,
I
but-
love that you
No.
made this happen.
Right.
Absolutely, I will take the Dorothy up on
can,
that.
Teflon can cause cancer. Did you know that?
Yep. A lot of things can.
A lot
but,
of things can.
You know, still, even, okay, people worry about, well, there's pesticides on vegetables. Well, there's true, but there's 500 times the pesticides and chemicals in animal products because they're eating the grains and vegetables and the stuff.
That's
So,
why I use butter from Ireland.
grass-fed, right, that's good butter.
That's the best butter,
So-
isn't it?
Now, one fun fact about squash and zucchini, they're technically a fruit.
A fruit?
People are like, you don't eat fruit, not sweet fruits, because I don't want the sugar spike. Okay? These are my fruit. Avocados
That's your
are.
fruit.
So, no, that's not true. Okay, change the mindset, dude.
That's a
You
fruit.
can. All right, so what we have in our nice, perfectly wonderful pan now is we had our organic olive oil and we've got our onions in there. They'll be sauteing in a minute when the pan regains its heat. That's just a white onion. And on this one, you want to kind of cut it more in, let it stay in circle shape because it's kind of nice in the casserole. Then I'm going to add, this is 4 cloves of garlic that have been minced. Garlic actually, you want to mince it and let it hang out on your cutting board for about 15 minutes. The
Kinda
reason why, but also the antioxidant properties and what is it, silica? What am I looking for? The word that's, anyway, that's so good in the garlic.
Allison?
Yes, the allicin really comes to life by allowing it to oxidize a little
Breathe.
bit, allowing
Yeah.
it to breathe. So if you know you have garlic going into a recipe, just go ahead and at least smash it, or go ahead and mince it first, not right before you put it in the pan. I always like to add my garlic as well after the veggies because it is very easy to burn garlic. And once you do, you have to take the pan, wash it, you have to start all over.
from scratch.
So I make sure everything's going on in there nice and well before I add the garlic. Now I am a Celtic sea salt
A what?
fan.
Celtic.
And I say it like that because there's
Yeah, hold
also
it up.
people are. I mean, I talk about this every time I'm on here
Oh, yeah,
because
your
I don't
Celtic
cook.
salt.
I
I
don't cook
remember
without it. I
Celtic
do not
salt.
cook without it. Celtic sea salt is literally just evaporated seawater. What that means is it is seawater that has been dried in the sun and put in this bag. That's literally true, and you can taste it. And that means you're getting all of the same mineral content of the seawater. There are also people who love the Himalayan. Are you Himalayan or Celtic?
Me,
Yeah,
both.
that's what I said.
I like
There's
both.
Team Celtic and Team Hilton. I choose Celtic because I like the flavor better. To me, Himalayan has a little more of that salty zing, where this has a deeper, richer mineral. I don't know
And
how
you
else to
can
describe
get
it.
this. You can get this at your store.
At New Life.
Yes, I do like
At New
it.
Life.
Well, and a fun fact about
Washington.
that, Celtic has 3 magnesiums. The Himalayan only has 1.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't
Yes.
know
And
that.
And it's like,
So-
what does it taste? What does magnesium taste like? I don't know, but you can taste the minerals in there.
A mineral
it-
flavor.
Yeah. So it brings a flavor to your veggies that I have never found anywhere else. All right. So we've got our onions are just getting a little bit translucent there. So we've got olive oil, onion, garlic, salt, and pepper. Now we're gonna add.
No, you just put pepper in, right?
No, we're not. We're not adding those yet, Martha.
No, what was in that big thing?
What we're gonna do now?
No,
What's
wait.
that?
What was in your silver thing that you were?
Pepper.
Pepper.
That's pepper.
Yeah. that's
All
what
right,
I
in
thought.
this bowl, we are going to crack 4 eggs. You got that?
Got it.
Martha,
Liquid meat.
Martha said, I'll do this as long as I don't have to cook.
I'll crack
So I
the
said, okay,
eggs.
you don't have
want me
to do
crack the
anything.
eggs?
I'm okay. I know how to
Olive
crack
oil.
an egg.
All right, we're
Okay.
going to mix
I knew you didn't want to
together.
cook. That's how I was helping you out.
We are going to whisk together 4 eggs.
Without shells.
Without
Hopefully.
shells, yeah. We are going to add a 4th tablespoon. I'm sorry, a tablespoon of olive oil to the eggs. Also, coconut milk. This is full-fat coconut milk.
Yay.
Martha, what do you think about that?
Oh, I think coconut is our best friend.
Really?
I
Good.
do.
I thought
It is?
so.
Coconut oil every day. That's what I use for my skincare. And I make sure I get it when I make what I call blended salads. And I make sure I get either coconut cream, coconut milk, coconut oil in there, and olive oil in there as much as possible.
Why is it your best friend?
Because it's a medium chain fatty acid, and it takes very little energy from your liver to process it, to go through the digestive process. Plus, it's antipathogen. That means, okay, if you've got virus, bacteria, fungus, mold, mycotoxins, it will help your body to neutralize
To neutralize
these.
it?
Yes.
Okay, so you don't cook in coconut oil. You don't heat it?
Coconut oil is stable at high temps.
It is?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, well, I used to always use coconut oil. Then I went to using that butter with olive oil. So now I'm
Maybe get back to a little bit of coconut oil too.
more coconut
Yeah,
oil.
and it's got adds a nice little flavor. It's great on sweet potatoes. Woo.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
It's
ready?
a great thing, too. I started using it in my household when I realized that my children were allergic to dairy. And I didn't know the other options for butter. And, you know, I try to stay away from soy, which we'll talk about in a little bit. It can work in place of butter in baking and cooking. Okay, this is almond flour. This is a gluten-free option.
Almond garlic?
Almond flour.
Flour.
You need to see that?
Yeah.
Almond flour. And that you can find the organic version now. Of course, we have it at New Life. What we're mixing up here is a solution that we're going to use for breading. Okay? This is the almond flour here. This is Bob's Red Mill. Just to show y'all, some people, you know, you can cook cookies with this. You can
Okay.
bake with this, and it's a nice gluten-free option. I brought this over, Martha, because I'm going to add a little bit more.
Okay.
I think we need a little more breading power here. Okay.
Can I give y'all a plug?
You can
You
do whatever you want to
Okay.
do.
New Life also has the einkorn wheat now.
Oh, sure.
We need to avoid wheat as much as possible because it's hybridized in the 50s, and that's causing more problems for us than sugar. Okay.
Wheat is?
And the einkorn wheat is the ancient grain, just the way God designed it. And
What
can be,
about the, when you're speaking of wheat, what about oat nut bread?
I'd still read the ingredients. Read the ingredients every time. If you can make it, which Kim Beavers, I believe, makes bread, and she was asking me if the einkorn cooks up just like the regular wheat, and it does. So, Kim, you can make us a loaf of bread, please. But it's very important for us to know these things. Education is everything. And plus, it takes the fear out of it. You know, just like he was saying, I can't eat anything now. Well, it seems like that, and it is scary in the beginning because it's like I have to change my whole life. But if you do it, like I said, in the baby steps, over time, the better you feel and the more you realize what good health really feels like, the more excited you get. And your taste buds adapt. Just like she felt bad after one lousy meal,
Yeah,
right?
I did.
And
so did the children.
yeah, and so when you start linking, well, why am I feeling this way?
Why did I gain
to-
5 pounds?
Right, and then unfortunately, you know, that weight, if you don't go ahead and deal with it, then it becomes more fat stores. That ought to be good and whipped.
Keep
Okay.
talking.
You want me to
Good.
keep whipping?
You can keep talking.
So, but your body knows how to store, okay? That's stored energy. So we've got a lot of people over the world, not just the United States, that have a lot of stored energies these days, and it's unused and it's ready to be tapped. But you've got to be drinking plenty of water. You've got to be leading a healthy lifestyle. You've got to be resting. You've got to be exercising. I've got so many people, they want a miracle overnight still, but they don't want to exercise. They don't want to drink the water. They don't want to give up their Twinkies or whatever it is that floats their boat.
All right, hold that
had
thought.
a Twinkie
What I've
in
got to start
years.
doing is this zucchini and yellow squash that we have cut is going to go into the whisked egg, almond butter, coconut oil, almond flour mixture. This is just like
Y'all have a
we're
slotted spoon
dredging.
and I'll help.
Sure.
I'll dredge
Yep,
if you have
it's right
spoon.
here.
There you go.
Right here. And then we're going to do the same. We're going to layer, how about this? You go in and I'll go out.
Okay.
We are going to, we have an 8 by 12
go in
baking
and I'll
dish
go
here. And we are just going to do squash and onions. We are going to layer it in this casserole dish. So we have our onion and garlic mixture, and we have our zucchini and yellow
so
squash.
good.
Didn't that look wonderful?
Did you like that?
My hands are clean. I'm going to dig in. Yeah.
Now, Tony, I think that would be great for
Sorry.
Good. You're good.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and dredge these.
You can dump them all in. And the egg in here is really going to act to bind this. And like I said, you kind of feel like it has cheese in it. And
It already looks kind of
right?
cheesy.
And it doesn't. And it doesn't.
No pun intended.
Right? It's kind of cheesy. All right, I'm going to put the rest of this in, and then we can just dump that right over, Martha, because we're going to
Okay.
use
Oh
all
my
of that
goodness,
egg
it looks so
mixture.
good.
That's going to help
Okay,
this.
so you don't need the rest of the zucchini and squash?
I think we're good.
Okay.
I think we're good.
All right, done.
All of that egg mixture is going to allow this entire casserole to bind together.
You
And
still
you're gonna,
got some here you didn't dip.
I think we're good. I might have over.
That'll be a good snack for you later.
That's
you
where.
eat it just like that?
That's wonderful, just like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
fruit. That's
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
That's a
Now,
fruit. You can eat
What
it.
about shallots?
yes, we're going to sprinkle with shallots.
Now they have
got it,
onions
you
in
got
there,
it,
and they
and
also have
then-
those little onions in there.
Okay.
Right. Onions are one of our best friends too. And when
Yes.
I'm working with onions, I actually, you
Hold
know,
on
a
one
lot of
sec.
times we cut
Thank
the,
you.
the ends off and people throw it away. I set it around because it absorbs toxins from the air.
I am going to add a little more almond flour on the top of here.
Doesn't that look good?
So this is your kind of like your breading, right? And then let's top with those scallions. And you know, cooking is an art form, right? And there are always options to season again. You want to season in the beginning, you want to season in the middle, and you want to season a little more right at the end. So
Now
Tilt it.
you're in my neighborhood. You could cook for me, like just
you know,
make
Dorothy,
extra
I
for
would
you,
love to cook for you. I would love to cook for you. All right,
I'm
and this is going to
teasing.
go into the oven for 45 minutes, a 350-degree oven. Doesn't that look beautiful?
It looks great.
And it is so healthy.
Tony and I are sitting here thinking,
Tony,
we
can
wanna
you eat
try
this, you
it.
think?
We can't wait 40 minutes.
Honey, you think you can handle that?
I believe so. It just
Okay.
All right.
Now, one thing I'd probably do, a Martha tweak to that, I'd probably do a little cayenne pepper on top.
Oh, yeah.
Cayenne
Because it's-
turmeric.
that's real good for
we
your
have
heart.
cayenne in there.
Okay, and it would add a little color.
Sort of thing.
Now, let me tell you something. This looks like scalloped potatoes, which I love, and it tastes so good.
like it?
Oh, my
Good.
goodness. Do I like it? Do you like it, Tony? Tony,
Oh, ma'am.
do you really like it?
Yes, it's good. It's good. It's good.
It's candy, Tony.
It's good.